from IIT Delhi. And pre-COVID, he was running the Bombay Train Charter Company. He also helps fintech, edutech, mobility, and space technology startups. And currently, he is the CEO of Atal Incubation Center, IIT Delhi. So I would request Mr. Alok Pandey to kindly present his keynote address.
Oh, thank you, Gitanjali. It's been really nice. Thank you to all the presentations which have come from all the panelists across various social impact spaces, specifically areas like rural water resources, livelihood. I think Dr. Shruti from in the rural energy space, Dr. Smita in water resources space, Dr. Monica in livelihood space, Dr. Parminder in environment, and Dr. Kavita in waste management space. And also I've gone kind of listened to certain viewpoints across all the panelists, specifically the starting note, Professor Vijay, and so on and so forth. My interventions in the social impact and specifically in village impact space predominantly took due to my startup intervention in the sanitation and the technology space, in terms of where we are trying to solve the quality of hygiene in sanitation. And trust me, it's a very difficult affair, because when entrepreneurs, I mean, if you look, I mean, let me put up a macro perspective of the startup ecosystem in the country. As I've been observing over the past decade, all the focus is into solving business problems. All the focus has been solving, problems which are largely, aligned to cities and urbanization, and maybe a little bit of urbanization. So how we actually say it. Most of media, most of funding, most of glamour is actually in that space, right? This is the time when we actually need to build Bharat, as we generally say, because the real Bharat stands in the hinterlands in entire 2, 3, and 4 cities, and maybe in villages and tehsils and districts, wherein development is coming. It's not that it's not reaching, but the rate at which it's happening and the construct in which it is implementing is not up to the mark in terms of how it is actually happening in the urbanization space. And look at startups which are eventually trying to do that. It's an uphill task, because investors look at financial markets, they look at financial returns, which generally do not happen in the impact space. When there are sectoral, impact investors, we have Avishkar, we have, Ritu Capital and Ankur Capital, sorry, and so on and so forth. But somewhere the impact in terms of startups solving critical areas in villages and trying to provide something which is fundamental in urban cities at the rural level is still yet to take place in a very, very big shape. We cannot say that government is the government's prerogative. We've been working very closely with governments over a long period of time in terms of the policy and at the regulatory level. Over a period of time, governments do take up and sit up and take note and mobilize stuff. But at least it is the prerogative of startup entrepreneurs to eventually focus something, and more importantly, the coherent approach which investors, which the government as well as academia, specifically the kind of work that Professor Vijay and the entire panel is eventually putting up individually. That's really appreciable, because that is where you eventually try to bring on the kind of change which is actually expected. So it's really nice to actually see that educated and learned people are eventually trying to solve issues in waste management, issues in livelihood, issues in energy management, issues in food and livelihood and all those kinds of places in their own ways. Time is when they come onto the main stage and kind of I mean, if in India we can have a Shark Tank which does business problem, why can't we have a village tank which will eventually solve village level problems, right? I mean, उदय तो तब होगा ना, है ना, जब हम उदयन की बात करेंगे. तो उदयन की बात करने के लिए हमको वो पटल भी देना पड़ेगा. We'll have to give them the kind of platform. I still remember we were sponsors of Sankalp in 2011, which was being run by the Avishkar, then a very big diaspora, and then a very big platform for rural and upliftment of initiatives which take place at the grassroots level. And but still there is some time where in we would eventually have some kind of transformation which can eventually happen at this particular place. So how I look at it is somewhere there has to be um a glamour which has to associate in terms of solving startup level of problems in the villages, specifically in the village areas, because that is something which will eventually solve big time stuff. Because eventually, if we are looking at doing stuff which is individually, individualistically, whatever we are trying to do, that will only add that much of value, right? I'm sure the government is also doing great stuff in that particular space, but unless and until you don't bring it at a urban level, it has to go. How start how drawing room level of discussions has actually started to happen because of a concept like Shark Tank in India. Why can't drawing room level of discussions eventually take place at village modernization and at solving those who do not have the wherewithals of actually existing? So I think this is a collaborative kind of effort where I think everybody has to come forward and create that ek or ek gyara wala school of thought wherein we can actually produce that kind of thing. But I am really very happy to actually see deep dive efforts from all the participants, specifically the panelists who have done great work in this particular space. And we are also trying to work very closely with the Alumni Association in terms of something which is kind of helping in the rural landscape, right? The idea is really very simple, that rural development is something which is very close to the Atal Incubation Center as well, because it is connected with agri, and agri being one of our core forte at the Atal Incubation Center. And we are working with some of the ideas with the RT Delhi Alumni Association. Maybe very soon we will kind of do something which is formal and much more deeper. Probably you'll see it and hear it. So thank you so much, and I really appreciate all the hard work which has come, and a very good initiative. And I really wish the best to all the participants. Maybe they are waiting for the results to be announced, and I would not take too much of time, and wish everyone the best wishes. Right? May there be divine power in terms of solving all of those issues. Thank you so much, and all the best. Take care.
Thank you so much, Mr. Pandey. Wonderful remarks coming from your side, and we hope that you are associated with this initiative for a long time to come. Yeah, thank you so much. And now I would invite our president, IIT Delhi Alumni Association, for his concluding remarks. Mr. Kalpin Shukla is a BTech Chemical Engineering from IITD, batch 84. He has his PGDM from IIMA, batch 1986. He's worked with Johnson Johnson, Unilever, Pidilite, British Gas, and he's been member of very prestigious McKinsey Quarterly. And as a consultant, he's interested in creating social capital associated with Thank You India Research Foundation. He's president IIMA Alumni Association and ex-director Vidya Vardhani, and for quite some time he's handling IIT Delhi Alumni Association. So welcome, President, and your quick concluding remarks, please.
And thank you, Dr. Gitanjali. I think I'm just playing the interlude between the prizes and the wonderful remarks that we heard from Alok. All that I would like to say is that the concept today is at a stage where we just had the first session or first version of our Global Village Conclave. It's a wonderful way of shifting the focus to the rural economy and developmental ideas, particularly which can affect the rural environment, livelihood, etc. Now, all of us, we have seen that a good number of ideas, they come with the intention of becoming unicorns, and they have their all kinds of support system available to them, where funding mechanisms are in place, mentors are available, incubation centers are available. And therefore, IIT Delhi Alumni Association, under this Unnat Bharat Abhiyan mission, we feel that we need to create a little bit of a difference in a different space. And that's where we are quite convinced, all of us, that we must pay attention to the rural areas, more so in light of the devastation that has taken place due to COVID in last 2 years. So all that I can promise before we go for prize announcement is that Rest assured, we are working at putting different constituents in place by which many of these ideas, we would like to take them to its conclusion and see to it that value is created in rural economies. So we have our own initiative under Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, what we call each one uplift one, with a very ambitious target that we should be able to motivate each one of our alumni to go to his or her village and do some meaningful work. And to do that, we are going to increase our spread and reach in terms of collection of ideas. Beyond a point, we will start making them collection of startup ideas, because right now it has only been idea. Many of you might have felt that presenters were not adequately prepared, but because they came with a certain understanding that even if it is an idea, we are going to listen to them. And therefore, I would say as we move forward, every version of Global Village Conclave will add more value. We will try to come with more participants in terms of other pieces of ecosystem, which will add value subsequently to the particular participants' novel thought process. So very soon we shall have association with incubation centers, and as Alok rightly said, Atal Incubation Center is right on our campus. We will be able to provide mentorship. We have enough number of interested, motivated senior alumni available who would be very happy to add value, polish it up in terms of what they hear, what they see, and where they feel that they can really create difference in rural livelihood. So all put together, I am very happy. Although it may not appear to be the best possible performance of the association, that's perfectly fine. There is always a first time. And we are also, I would say, guilty of being urban oriented or elite oriented, and therefore we have not really paid attention to the real issues of real India, the India which exists in 700,000 villages. It's our responsibility to do something meaningful, and we are all committed to it. So with all this, I'm very happy to see conclusion of it. And before we reach the prize announcement and word of thanks, I assure all the participants and everyone who watches this program or watches this event live, and subsequently also, please send your ideas, please send your suggestions. We'll be very happy to take them into account and try to improve upon our performance. And I am also equally keen to hear who are the winners, and therefore I hand it over back to Dr. Gitanji. Thank you, everyone. Thanks.
Thank you so much, President. Yes. And now I would like to invite Professor V.K. Vijay from CRDT IIT Delhi, and he is the heart and soul behind Gramodaya 2022, and it would not have been possible without his active involvement and participation in Gramodaya 2022. So I would like to invite Professor V.K. Vijay for his concluding remarks. And Professor V.K. Vijay is IREDA Chair Professor at Center for Rural Development and Technology, IIT Delhi. He's National Coordinator, Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, and Sutra, Scientific Utilization Through Research Augmentation, and Biogas Development and Training Center. He has made great contribution to the academia, industry, and society through research and education. He has his art in rural India, and with numerous publications, books, lab manuals, and the work that he has done, we are very proud of him. He also is an IITD alum. So with these words, I would like to invite Professor V.K. Vijay to say the concluding remarks from Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, and also to announce the winners of Gramodaya 22.
Yeah, thank you, Gitanjali. And first of all, I would like to thank and grateful to the IIT Delhi Alumni Association, and particularly President Dr. Kalpen Suklaji, for his commitment. Now they are thinking towards rural areas, 700,000 villages.
Recording in progress.
And this is the true figure that till now our education system, our IIT system, our bureaucratic system is alienated from villages, and their mindset, their ideology is towards only urbanized system. And we could not give the attention which is required in rural areas. Today morning I was having my class, In my class, there are 100 students. This is open elective course, attracting all BTech, MTech, PhD students from all disciplines. तो उसमें कंप्यूटर साइंस के स्टूडेंट्स भी हैं, सिविल के भी हैं, टेक्सटाइल के भी हैं, एमटेक वाले भी हैं, पीएचडी वाले भी हैं. And today I had a discussion with the students that what we should do to develop our rural areas, to empower our rural areas. और तीन चीजें जो निकल के आए कि सबसे पहले एक तो हमारी जो इंडियन मानसिकता है, जो 200 साल में कॉलोनियल रूल की वजह से हमारी माइंडसेट उसी तरह से बन गए. वी लुक टुवर्ड्स द वेस्ट, और जबकि इंडिया वाज द सेल्फ रिलायंट कंट्री, मोस्ट डेवलप्ड कंट्री इन द वर्ल्ड, एंड सोने की चिड़िया हमारा कंट्री, हमारे गांव अपने आप में आत्मनिर्भर हुआ करते थे. तो धीरे धीरे वो एग्रीकल्चर भी, हमारा इंडस्ट्रियल सिस्टम भी सारा कोलैप्स हुआ, और बट वेयर वी स्टैंड यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड दैट. बट नाउ द न्यू लीडरशिप इज देयर, and now we are visualizing new India by 2047. Government, bureaucracy, the politicians, and whole our country is aspiring to become a developed country which can give direction to the whole world, thinking about the environment. वसुदेव कुटुंबकम, कि सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, कि हर आदमी खुशी हो, कोई इतना छोटा नहीं, और सबके डेवलपमेंट के लिए पूरी दुनिया नहीं है. तो सबका डेवलपमेंट हो, सबको रोजगार मिले. गांव वालों को रोजगार नहीं मिल रहा, वो उठ के गांव पिछड़ते जा रहे हैं और शहर बसते जा रहे हैं, और शहरों की स्थिति भी ठीक नहीं है. अभी सुबह एक स्टूडेंट ने बताया कि अभी 10 दिन पहले वो टीवी एक रिपोर्ट देख रहा था, और पिछले 2 साल में खाली कोविड पीरियड में, इन लास्ट 2 years व्हाट हैपेंड, दे टॉप 100 कॉर्पोरेट हाउसेज. Total wealth is reached from 26 लाख करोड़ रुपए से 56 लाख करोड़ रुपए हो गया उनका खाली 2 साल में. It means rich is becoming more richer, poor is becoming more poorer. So technology is a different thing. So we are all technologists. We are working for technological development system. We are technological institution. तो मुझे लगता है कि now it is our duty. तो इक्विटी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जो बात है वो होनी चाहिए, और हमको गांव की तरफ देखना पड़ेगा, समझना भी चाहिए, देखना भी चाहिए. और आज जो ये ग्रामोदय हमारा जो टाइटल भी है, वो अपने आप में एक अलग तरह का टाइटल है, जो आईआईटी कभी सोच नहीं सकता. ग्रामोदय, एक ग्लोबल विलेज कॉन्क्लेव. और ग्लोबल विलेज की तो हमारी अवधारणा थाउजेंड्स ऑफ ईयर्स की है, वसुदेव कुटुंबकम वाली. तो इस डायरेक्शन में आई फील दैट आईआईटी एलुमनाई association is moving towards the right direction to for development of our country. और आज के रिजल्ट हैं वो गीतांजलि बताएंगे कि क्या क्या रहा. काफी अच्छा पार्टिसिपेशन रहा, काफी अच्छा डिस्कशन हुआ, और जो भी स्टूडेंट्स, जो भी जिन्होंने पार्टिसिपेट किया है, मुझे लगता है कि हमारे पास सफिशिएंट मेंटर्स होंगे पूरे आईआईटी एलुमनाई एसोसिएशन में, और आईआईटी सिस्टम में आलोक जी के पास भी व्यवस्था होगी कि हम उनको प्रॉपर्ली मोटिवेट कर पाए, गाइड कर पाए, फाइनेंशियल अरेंजमेंट उनके लिए कर पाए. तो एक सही स्टार्टअप और नई एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप हमारे देश में डेवलप होने लगेगी, और वो सोशली ओरिएंटेड होंगे. ये बहुत अच्छी बात है. गीतांजलि जी, आप दिखाएं इसको.
Thank you so much, Professor V.K. Vijay. और सतीश जी, can you please share the slide? So we have from Rural Energy, Mr. Ravikant, his project title, Solar Steam Distillation Systems for Essential Oil Extraction in Rural Areas. Next slide. Sir, ये research scholar है, Delhi Technological University.
ठीक है.
Then in water resources, we have Miss Divya Kumari and project title, Algae Scrubber. So this is under the theme of water resources. Next slide, livelihoods, Mr. Ayush Chaudhary. Project title, multi-story farming. In livelihood, आप यकीन नहीं करेंगे, हमें इतने अच्छे आइडियाज मिले हैं, 5 आइडियाज में से भी हमें फाइनलाइज करना मुश्किल हो गया सर.
बहुत अच्छा.
And in environment, we have Mr. Pavan Kumar Reddy and Preetham. So project title, cow dung remover.
बहुत अच्छा.
So waste management, we have Mr. Rama Kovur and Ratnavelu. So these are the prize winners.
So congratulations
So
to
heartiest
all the winners.
congratulations to everyone. Huge
Happy
round
to,
of applause.
happy to offer any kind of mentoring support if it is solicited. Sorry for
Sure. Welcome.
Yeah, I think so. I think we should take it up in a very a big way and encourage more projects. Yeah? As Gitanjali was saying that there are, in a particular one, there was much more good ideas were there. I think we should all take it up. Giving prizes is one thing, but I think making a project viable and practical is more important.
Yeah.
Completely agree, Narendraji.
Who are
Yeah,
feasible
absolutely.
and practical and usable, you should support all those projects. Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So for the concluding, for the vote of thanks for Gramodaya 2022, I would like to invite our secretary, Mr. Rakesh Bansal. Mr. Bansal has his BTech in civil engineering. He's from 85 batch. He has his MTech in environmental engineering from GC. He's worked in infrastructure consulting companies like Tata Consulting and Feedback Infra, and he has an experience of more than 30 years. Currently, he is independent consultant for smart cities and is also managing our association as secretary. So over to Mr. Rakesh Bansal for the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Gitanjali. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Okay.
Please
Thank you, Narendra. Okay, it was a wonderful session, 2-day session, and I can't thank Dr. Gitanjali enough for all the effort she has put in. But before that, I think there's a long list, and the amount of effort that she has put in will come in from the vote of thanks itself. I mean, the list is so long that compiling that list and following everybody was a big effort in itself. So hats off to Dr. Gitanjali on behalf of IIT Delhi Alumni Association and for everybody who pitched in with their wholehearted support. It was really a commendable effort. I think it was the first time that we have endeavored into this area of going into the village Gramodaya kind of a event. And the idea was actually, it is not a mean task. It was a very, very serious effort for identification of for ideas. And going forward, we are not going to stop at it. We are going to find more students for mentorship or who can take up that who want to further their projects into their own territories. So finding any fancier for them or finding any mentors for these students. And I think this is also the first time we have stepped out of IIT Delhi domain. Most of the participants, I think probably 100% of the participants are outside the IIT Delhi domain. We have students from all over the country, from all the sectors of specialization, some students, some doctorates, all kind of participation, which was very heartening, and getting wonderful ideas from all across. Our idea of as we go forward, we are shaking hands with the CRDT for the Unnat Bharat as well as our Atal Incubation Center, which Alokji is handling, and both the missions are extremely relevant in this context, and we would like to pursue further on this. And needless to say, we are already in the process of mobilizing our 56,000 strong alumni, and if everyone adopts even a single village, then we would have done our job. So 50,000, 55,000 villages, if we can do something about that, IIT Alumni Association is aspiring to do something like that. So having said that, I would like to extend a huge congratulations to the entire team who has made this come true, and to name a few of the participants, our keynote addressees, Dr. Lalit Pandey, Professor Shruti Agarwal, Dr. Smita Chok, Dr. Monica Banerjee, Dr. Parminder Dua, Dr. Kavita Gupta for various sessions. Our inaugural session Professor V.K. Vijay, which always is a very is inspiration behind the entire project, and he's been very cooperative in every way. We always find him very enthusiastic in all endeavors, whatever we, whenever we have met him. So, Dr. Ranjana Agarwal, Director of CSIR, Dr. Ramchandra CRDT, Dr. Anil Kumar, Dr. Vinchel, our very own Dr. Arun Verma from the association, Dr. Vivek Kumar, Dr. Kapil Kumar, Dr. Rawat, Mr. Asif, Professor Ritu, Jyotsna, Mr. Atul Bal, Dr. Poonam Singhal, Namrata Agrarahi, Priyanka Kaushal, Giraj Singh, Dr. Giraj Singh Jadeja, Dr. Vinod Kumar, Dr. Ijaz, and all the moderators from our EC who helped in made this event successful, and Dr. Gitanjali herself, who has, I mean, looking at the list, I mean, virtually everyone was followed up and pestered by and got and convinced by Dr. Gitanjali to be part of the event. Further, Mr. Gaurav Goel, Mr. Madan, Narinder Madan, Mr. Pankaj Kapadia. I mean, and the list is probably not complete, but our very own Dr. Alok Pandey, who has for his concluding remarks and giving us the encouragement for working in ahead in this area. And many thanks to our back-end team in our office, Satish and Poonam and Ramesh, Deepak, everybody. So big thank you to everybody. And there we are. So we look forward to a very active participation in the future, and we look forward to working together with the CRDT as well as in Atal Incubation Center. Thank you. Have a good day.
Yeah, Rakesh
Thank you
ji,
so
before
much.
you conclude,
Rakesh
I'm
ji.
sorry to interrupt here. I think Rakesh Bansal also deserves a thank. He can't thank himself. So I'm taking the onus of thanking him for the wonderful job that he has done.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rakesh, for that.
I
And
did
I
my-
have
I
one
did my best, yeah.
suggestion. I have one suggestion here. I know we have awarded few people who are done whose project was considered to be the best one we have received. But for the rest of the participant, I would suggest if a certificate of appreciation can be given to them
Yes.
from the association side. Yeah.
Yes, we will do that. Narinder
Thank
ji
you.
will give
Thank you,
we'll give
Narinji.
participation certificate to the selected entries. Yes.
To all the
And-
selected entries. Yeah.
yes,
Thank you,
yes.
Narinderji, for your very nice
Wait.
suggestion. And
Yeah. I have
I
one
would
more
like to thank the
request.
entire 40. Sorry.
I have one more request, if it is acceptable. See, under the water, there was one student of 10th standard who had submitted his project here. Though it
Yes,
wasn't
yes.
a very feasible one, but I think he needs a special encouragement for this. Yeah. If that can be
We'll do
considered.
that, Narinder ji. We had another student, 10th standard student in another theme. So we will encourage
Oh,
both
that's
of them.
great.
Thank you for the
Here I
suggestion.
would like
really
to
great.
also mention, excuse me.
Can I also make just one simple suggestion?
Yeah.
For those winners who have actually won the competition, we are very happy to offer them the the entire incubation infrastructure in terms of trying to take their ideas to the market, connecting them to government grants, connecting them to the VC ecosystem, ensuring that they get the right kind of machines to actually test it out, whatever is required. So we are very happy to actually offer that thing, just in case if that's being solicited, with full permission
That's
from
very nice.
Kapil sir.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Alok.
Thank you very
This is-
much.
this
I want
on
to
the-
add, sir, I want to add one line. In livelihood theme, Ayush Chaudhary is the winner and he is BTech first year student.
Correct.
Oh,
Well,
Correct. So thanks Alok for this on the spot offer. We were looking for some such encouragement for our participants, and of course Narinder has made another 50 happy. So next year we look forward to receiving at least 8,000 entries, and all the successful one will receive a certificate from IIT Delhi Alumni Association. So I wish and I encourage everybody to participate in this. Thank you.
yeah, I would like to mention here that I recently received a request from IIT Kharagpur Alumni Association that they are working with nearly 500 villages around Kharagpur area, and they want to collaborate with Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, and they also extend it to all over the country. So why not IIT Delhi Alumni Association and IIT Kharagpur Alumni Association work together for this kind of activities? I hope that both will and make great contribution for the development of our villages in the country. So I
Yes,
will
we
put-
will
Sir, I
consider
fully-
it, yes. And
Sir, I
we
fully
will be
endorse
bringing out a compendium. We will be bringing out a compendium. So thank you so much, everyone. It was wonderful to have Gramodaya 2022.
One
Thank you.
second,
No,
ma'am,
no.
1 second, 1 second.
Rawat ji, you're welcome. You are associated with association, so आपका मुझे कहते हैं कि it is already granted. Don't worry.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh yes, we'll
Sir,
take it forward.
I fully endorse the idea of Professor Vijay Kumar. And Professor Vijay Kumar, I also request that the Haryana government and central government has started the Atal Bhujal Yojana for particularly for the villages. So I request Unnat Bharat Abhiyan should be involved in that also. This is my submission.
बिल्कुल करेंगे, बिल्कुल करेंगे.
Sir, Vijay sir, if you allow me, I would like to
for
connect with you in
pilot
some time.
project,
Sure, sure, sure.
Yes, please.
thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay, before we close, I think I missed one point. We had received some 800 entries, so I would like to thank all the participants who expressed their interest in the program. We could not accommodate all of them, of course, so we had a very tough task shortlisting them. So we had some 40 plus presentations. Thank you. We thank all the participants for coming here and giving their presentations. And it was a lovely experience. And thank you, our President, Mr. Kalpen Shukla, for keeping on inspiring us for the good work that we are doing.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you
You
so
can
much.
end the meeting.
Thank
Sajeev ji.
you.